So perhaps now we'll be looking a little bit better because he can actually sustain. Kabuki, though, having that Windtalker will be a big threat now in lane. But looks like Indonesia, they're going to be taking this turtle. TNZ is waiting. That big Sigibum is getting attacked here. And looks like Oran is going to take him down.
Get the hook, the retribution in favor of Joe. Walks away with the stolen purple buff again.
Yep. Again, Team Indonesia, at this point, is all about taking those objectives. Take the turrets as fast as you can. Don't allow Team Turkey to really come back into the game because there's always that possibility, again, like you said, with the Franco. Franco can turn things around. The thing is, Turkey right now, they don't have enough damage. But when they do, if he, at this point, even though he's the jungler, if he just body blocks and he himself takes the hook, more times than not, he's going to be perfectly fine.
Yeah, one thing that Turkey doesn't have is burst damage, and Rosa will have to disengage instantly. Aran fearless with that ult. So they lose the sight of the Angela joining the fight. They get the hook with Aran, but no bloody hunt against Apex 47.
Yeah, Team Turkey so far has not been hitting those kill shots. Sigiboom is diving quite forward. Really gets taken down by Sigiboom, and now Sigiboom's all alone against Joe. And behind, Aran tries to get a kill here. Looks like Apex 47 is able to escape that. Rosa is dealing free damage, but the damage is not enough. Kabuki free hitting. Whoa. And now Rosa gets chased by Joe.
We see the effect if the Angela isn't in vicinity of them that can address this Uranus at this point of time.
At this point, maybe Rosa has to consider quite an early Wishing Lantern because he already has the glowing wand, but you can see that it's not enough. It's really not enough. Team Turkey, they're trying to force out a fight here around the turtle. I don't know if this is a good choice, though.
Sigiboom not looking healthy already. Here, Indonesia gets the objective. They now continue to chase. Good Purify from Rosa as he gets harpooned by Kabuki. Map presence, 100% favoring Indonesia.
Yeah. But again, we got to talk about the power spike coming in from the Angela. It will start to slowly go down bit by bit after the 10-minute mark. But having this kind of lead definitely feels good for Team Indonesia. Team Turkey, what are they waiting for? Like, what's the power?
What kind of damage he's taking? He's taking from the love waves. Down to 30%. TNZ with the Sky Piercer purchase. So some key items out from both sides. Sky Piercer, a means to an end for Turkey if they get it stacked up. It's a good way to deal with the Uranus.
Yeah.
Right? Your sustain doesn't mean anything if your health falls below a certain threshold.
I think the damage did actually come from Kabuki because he has quite a... Considering the purple buff is still there, Indonesia wants to take that away.
He gets the vacuum with the traction pulse. Joe doesn't really care about that. This turtle, I would say stacks on the bone shards too. 19 out of 25, I believe. See, get anything in return right now. Aran trying to predict where the shadow is, but he gets out. Meanwhile, Joe hook underneath the turret, and that's the Sky Piercer's attack for TNZ. And unfortunately for Luna, you have to take the brunt of the damage. Aran getting basically distracted. You have a double kill for Rosa.
The Angela will start to slow down a little bit. It's about to hit the 10-minute mark. Hold on, Kabuki wants a 1v1 here. It's worth it.
No, it's a 4K goal lead in favor of Turkey.
Yeah. Look at Indonesia. They are Angela, the minuscule. But the thing is, now you're lacking that long-range mage damage that you're used to with the E, with the Farsa, even with the Kagura. So Indonesia, like, those mistakes can legit cost them the game here when they're going to have basically less damage compared to Turkey.
Freeing time for Apex 47. I got to quickly take this moment to do a bit of correction. It's a best of 5 bronze match. More opportunities for these teams to showcase their prowess, and I prefer best of 5 over best of 3. We got a game on our hands, and the series ahead. You get a Violent Requiem combo onto Apex 47. He eventually goes down. Witty comes back to life with the early immortality. Joe tries to chase down Rosa with the help of Yeskio, but Rosa could purify. Joe, can he close the distance? Doesn't seem possible as the fight splits in two. A run on the TNZ. Quad Shadows to get out. Joe zones away the core. Witty goes down. As Sigmund hops onto him, a run on the run. TNZ helps out Lunar. The Angela hard guard comes back up. Lunar will now be stuck in 1v4, but doesn't matter. Yehezkiel doesn't commit it. They lose a run, and Lunar now can keep on going. Sigiboom is about to hop in. Kabuki, you're in danger. Gets a current call on top of him. Lunar and Sigiboom will continue to hold the front, but Lunar re-engages with the Turkey are slowly crawling back into this game.
At this point, they're helping out Lunar, man. They're generating the shield so that Lunar can just absorb all of it. Look at this. Joe is taking a lot of damage. Lunar has been here since yesterday. Kabuki gets pulled back and gets taken down. Unstoppable for Rosa.
They're going to keep on jumping onto Indonesia. It's all gas, no bricks. Heskill wants to kill onto Rosa, but cannot tie him down. The only puppet that falls is the Heskill. And it's none the wiser. Turkey are back into this game, and for the first time, they are ahead.
Yep, about 2,000 goal lead at 12 minutes here. Team in Turkey secures the Lord. And now look at this. They're going to get a lot of free structures on the map, so the goal lead is just going to expand more and more and more. And compared to the draft that Team Indonesia has, the scale is going to up and up.
This is like the deja vu of Turkey against Cambodia earlier on in game one, where there is, you lose a fight, you start chain feeding, and then you lose all of the lead, estimating their abilities when the timing has passed. Let's see how much damage can be dealt with this Lord. They do take out the Holy Defense. Well, the Holy Defense expired already. If Turkey can get at least an inhibitor, that would be massive. You talk about Rosa Anton. Rosa just got it. The root onto Joe. Lord still healthy. Willie can't find anything. Oh, Tianzi chased out Kabuki. He wants to be the hero. And maybe this is it. The bloody hunt. Kabuki taken down as Apex saves Rosa. And Luna comes in. It's cleanup time for Turkey.
They gave Turkey the opportunity, and they're going to take it. Because now the Shredders of Turkey are on a line. And look at this, Joe, the front line here, taking a lot of damage from Sigibum, Lunar, and Rose as well. 6, 1, and 6. Indonesia, Kabuki tried to make a hero play, but here's the thing, man. Sooner or later, we'll see the
47 with the clutch bloody hunt. Rosa escaping death again with a sliver of health. You could put online, like we said. We did see Turkey now 4.6k goal advantage. And Indonesia, they're running out of time with this lineup. It has to all come down to Kabuki, but he cannot do it alone. And there's also a combo that's worth mentioning. Traction Pulse in the Bloody Hunt. We've seen it before. It's very easy to pull off once you get used to the timing.
Right now we have about 4,500 gold here. Indonesia, in a way, they got to wait for Team Turkey to make a mistake. And it's definitely possible if Lunar or Sigibum overextends. Because at that point, basically, as Team Indonesia, what you want to do is kind of like funnel Turkey and kill them one by one by one by one. Now the hard guard has been used.
Yeah, trying to fish for anything, any glimpse of an advantage, any glimpse of a pickoff. Rosa is the prime target. If you could get Rosa out of the way, he needs help. He needs it right now. Yeheski will help him. He flickers to safety, and Iran will try to hold the front, but they've already lost Witty. There's nothing that Witty can do. And Luna just casually walks away after getting chased down by 4 members of Indonesia. Tell me that Turkey aren't in control right now.
Oh, yeah, dear. And we were talking about this for a while now, for months now, which is if your draft has one dedicated damage dealer, it's going to be pretty tough for you. But this is the current meta where everyone has to do bit by bit. Overall, as a team, he has to be big enough. And Team Indonesia, they're kind of putting all of that on Kabuki.
Yeah, the protect the president doesn't really work. That was a Labu Labu, by the way. And Joe is about to get executed very soon. Sky Piercer, double kill for TNZ. Sigibum hops on Kabuki. Hook Apex 47. He's the Apex Predator. And Witty left to fend for the kingdom. Winter Crown and a Savage for TNZ.
Talk about starting up the bronze match here. TNZ on the Hayabusa. Concerning Team Turkey had a tough time and early. TNZ has woken up. And now Indonesia, they're in trouble. Team Turkey are here in the base. Minions. Team Turkey takes game number 1.
The Crescent Warriors starts off the bronze match with nothing less but a euphoric performance. Shaky start, looking a bit rough on the edges, but the bounce back was immaculate. And the Thorn Queen Rosa finally proves that the bounce back has happened.
Indonesia, it's a good thing at this point. It is a best of 5 because I gotta say, throughout this day, they've done something they haven't done a few days ago in WC, which is they're taking risk, especially when it comes to the draft, because so far they've been picking up the standard draft, performing it quite well, and then just keep on moving on. This time, for the final day of the World Esports Championship, they're taking quite a lot of risk in the draft here, even against Team Turkey.
Yeah, they're throwing curveballs that, curveballs that sort of bite you in the back, right? It's like throwing a boomerang and then it hits you in the face right afterwards. It sort of feels like it, but in the case specifically for game one, they had a good start, right? If you look at the first 8 minutes of the game, you would definitely have written Turkey off. But it was that one event in getting chain kills, the shutdowns come through, they get a 4K goal swing, and then you start to see the problem.
We got to talk about the items here because it is very important here because Rosa having the glowing one is clutch, but then once he has the wishing lantern as well as the demon hunter sword, this makes it so that there's shred on two different fronts from the magic damage as well as the physical damage and a little bit of true damage, especially with the Hayabusa here coming in with the endless battle as well, making it so that Team Indonesia, they're just going to get pummeled down because Joe having that blade armor is supposed to counter the Kimmy, but if Kimmy is able to heal back up a little bit more than the damage that you're returning to her, and she's able to keep a very safe distance, and hey, that was clutch coming in from Rosa.
Most damage dealt to 85,872 total damage on this Kimmy. It's constantly being able to put out the output. And another key item, TNZ Sky Piercer. We've seen him do it multiple times throughout WEC, but this game, it really paid off. You have thick HP, you have high regeneration. Does not matter when your health gets brought down below a certain threshold. That's how the Savage came through at the very end. The cherry on top of the cake that allowed Turkey to take glorious game one.
And unfortunately, we got to look at the numbers here. Kabuki did 56,000 damage, which I don't think is enough because 56,000, Joe did 63, Aran 41. And if you look at Lunar as an Esmeralda on the other side, 80,000 damage, 68,000 damage coming in from Sigibum. And context is important because Team Indonesia, they have a lot of frontline. It's easier for the opposing side to rack up that damage. But still, it's quite a sight to see a marksman doing, I would say, very average amount of damage. And that's one of the reasons why we haven't seen a marksman's really come alive, unless your name is Granger or Harry.
Yeah, or the rare occasion, a Claude, right?
Yeah.
But Obsidia just still, again, hasn't proven that she is a hero that can kind of shoulder the weight. The Hall of Famers this time, TNZ as the Goat Hunter. We got Rosa, the Goat, Joe is the tanker, and Apex 47, truly the best support. Some clutch hooks, but even clutcher bloody hunts.
Yeah, so I kind of feel like at this point, I might prefer Indonesia going back to the basics, go to the standards.
Just no Obsidia, please.
I mean, like, Ezekiel is known for long-range heroes.
Farsa, Eve, Novaria, Selena.
I mean, it could be just us as casters seeing games after games after games. We're not really liking the Angela because she's strong for the first 9 to 10 minutes. But you saw exactly that. 9 minutes 30, starts dropping the ball.
Yes, and it stops mattering, right, when the enemy kind of catch up. MVP, of course, is a Thorn Queen Rosa, full item decked out until the very end. 5,189 damage per minute. Untouchable, couple of close calls, but we did say the support system was there for Rosa, and that's how this game sort of got turned on its heels.
We got to look at the highlights here, and we got to note how Team Turkey, even though they made some few blunders for the first 3 minutes of the game, afterwards, they start to control their own lanes, try to minimize the losses. I feel like that's the most important thing is like, yes, you're losing, but let's not lose a lot. Let's make sure that we still keep our structures, we farm up as safe as we can. Eventually, Indonesia, with the draft that as they're moving forward, someone is going to be out of line.
Yeah. And I did say that when you are playing a hero like Franco, all it takes is one good hook to turn the game around. The sequence that ended up in the chain death of Indonesia started with a hook. On to Joe, into the base. Your Heskill followed with the hard guard, and the rest was history, right? A 4K go swing, and then hero play start to come out from Indonesia. Kabuki, desperate attempt, takes out TNZ, but here it would be so great if Rosa went down, but look at the health bar. You could barely see it towards the very end, and that's how you know that the signal for Indonesia's end has begun.
Yeah, and it's sad to see Uranus get chunked down that fast, especially considering that he has a Oracle, he has a Ezekiel in his back with the hard guard, and the very first Savage, at least one that we're seeing online here, coming in from a TNZ, which also shows how much Rosa was contributing in the game that TNZ got a Savage and who wasn't the MVP.
I mean, what a great game one, right? Again, just to remind everyone, early on we have mentioned that it is a BO3, but you got it correct. BO5 means more MLBB games, more chances for adaptation, which is honestly what I like.
Yeah.
I mean, wouldn't be a bronze match without 5 games.
Yep. This is where we can definitely see for the teams a chance for the series to get prolonged. Because again, it has been sweet, but Indonesia, they got this fire in them. I'm pretty sure they want to bounce back, and I have the same sentiment for a lot of amazing mid laners. When they can carry, let them carry.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I'm not alone on this one.
No, we agree on the same thing, right? They are damage dealers. You've seen their record, their portfolio on artillery majors, carry majors, Selena.
Yeah.
So let them do their job.
I'll be okay with that, because at least that's something.
Yeah, you can't assign a Michelin star chef to wash dishes. That's not what he's good at. Let him cook.
Let him cook.
Let him cook.
So moving forward, I feel like at least for Team Turkey, this is a good boost, right? Because considering the game that they had, and then after an early game that was botched, wait their time, get that comeback. They must be feeling good. The confidence as well as the momentum is on their side.
Yeah, nothing beats a comeback. A comeback and a savage in the end.
Oh yeah.
To top it off, we did discuss this I think 2 days ago. Would you rather play a game where you knew the game was over 5 minutes in, or a game where you get
and then just one fight that went bad,
and then you lose?
They just all mid, and then they recall in your base, and then they emote,
and then they all chat you.
GG easy.
Yeah.
After dominating for 30 minutes.
That's the SEA way. The one with the worst KD will be the one saying easy game. Like I will go 0-12 and I will go, hey, that was easy.
That's very interesting, because here in WC, someone did go 1-12.
Someone did go 1-12.
Someone did go 1-12, but it was one of the most best games that we have ever seen.
Yeah, shout out to Mongolia.
But coming into this match, we already said Turkey got to stick by, because first of all, even on the first day of WEC, will they ban it out, or they're like, he wasn't the problem, we can let it go again?
I personally think Kimmy wasn't the crux of the problem, right? The problem is more on what's more in Indonesia being on a timer thanks to the Angela. If they have an assassin like Hayabusa, Lancelot, wise, that's the big three. Kimmy is a lot more manageable. So should they let Kimmy through? Worth considering.
Yeah.
But Angela,
I feel like
I think you take that out.
I feel like if you're willing to let go of the Kimmy, take a knee. Right? Take a knee.
First or anything, right? Even the what do you call it? You have to get played for Selena is not that bad.
Yeah. Selena is great, and maybe give Joe the assassins again. Like, has he even used a box yet? I don't think so,
No.
right?
You ask a freestyler to dance contemporary. I'm pretty sure it's a very different adjustment, for Joe. I mean, it's okay. They have time. They have maximum 4 more games. If things really goes up in flames, and it will be the last 2, but I wouldn't put it past them. I think, if anything, we would at least get 4 games in this best of 5.
Well, the draft here is going to be important, and as we're looking at the Turkey players, they're definitely in higher spirits now. I'm pretty sure they're still locked in, focusing on the game, but at least we're seeing more smiles.
Yeah.
Now I want to look at Team Indonesia. I want to see how what the vibe is there. Are they feeling good or feeling confident, or they're just in the zone at this point?
So again, like you say, it's good to see the smiles on the Turkish, because I think after the earlier loss against Cambodia, there definitely were some discussions that had to be made, right? They have lesser time to prep for this series, and it's a best of 5 of all things. And remember, if you fall short of the podium, there's no prize pool for you. We experienced that pain yesterday, but at least for Malaysia. But yeah, there's some adjustments that need to make for Indonesia, but nothing major. I think that's the good thing, right? Just a bit of tweaks here and there, move the cogs a little bit, and they should be back in their winning way. Something that they're more comfortable with playing.
Yeah, it looks like Indonesia is locked in, and it's going to be dangerous grass again. And Husky, let me just show you. The camera can't see, but you know what Indonesia's shift is?
Mm-hmm.
They went from this to this.
You know that the players are locked in when they sit upright.
Exactly. No, that's why I'm trying to look at the players. Turkey, they're sitting like this.
Yeah.
But look at Indonesia.
Serious players, right? I think, the crowd can confirm this for us.
Yeah.
When you are locked in,
you move forward.
When you play serious, bila korang main serious, you will lean forward.
Yeah.
Duduk tegak, right?
Or when you start the game lying down, and then you start sitting
Yeah, it's
down.
like, oh, okay, this game
Okay.
is pretty tough. Let me just adjust my sitting posture.
Yeah.
Or like you were dominating, and then you get shut down, right? Your godlike streak gets shut down, and you're like, okay, it's time to take off the gloves.
Well, right now we are going to jump into the draft here for game number 2 in this best of 5. Turkey is up by 1 point. They will be the first pick. They're banning out the CC as well as the Harib. Indonesia banning out both the Fanny as well as the Grok. And again, kind of predictive for this one. The Grok has been quite a menace here in WEC 25.
Yep.
We might not see him at least for the next 2 to 3 games.
Yeah, I think there's a huge chance. They are very... I think if you let the Grok to a true, you're also backing, you are basically telling the opponents that, hey, you let Gatot true, let's make a trade, right? We did see that earlier on between Malaysia and Indonesia. The Harif first phase ban from Turkey is something that we haven't seen in quite a while, at least not in the first phase.
I wonder if they want to get an early Ranger, right?
It could be, yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, it could be. Although, then it has to be second, third, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So pick up a... So they ban out a Gatot.
Wow,
So
okay.
So if you want to pick up a Granger, usually you pick up a solid jungler or tank, whatever is open. But since the Grog and Gatot is banned, probably not that. And then you pick up Eve Granger, Parsa Granger. But I think the best one is definitely Eve Granger.
Even a solid, what do you call it? A solid mid laner is good. Someone that can
Maybe.
supplement damage, right? Supplement damage for the Granger to start getting the Sky Piercer stacks. We've seen some pretty greedy approaches, you know, like 4.5 minute Sky Piercer with the Fury Hammer. Let's Gatot ban what? I personally would feel like you want to leave Gatot open as an option, but then again, YSS Lancelot, they're still up on the table. We've seen the Hilda as an answer to the Gatot, the Kimmy banned out, so there's respect from Indonesia.
So it comes to what is going to be the first pick here. Because when it comes to the junglers, I kind of feel like for both, they're pretty flexible considering all 3 is still open, the Lancelot, the Haya, as well as the Yushin. So they go for the Yuzong, and considering that they themselves has banned out quite a lot, I think this is more of a deny here. I mean, like, I know Lunar can play, but I feel like it really is to deny Oran from picking that up.
You know what I like about a long series, like a best of 5, is the fact that you see the draft evolve in front of your eyes, right? Picks that usually don't get picked up often start coming up, right? Surprises start being brought too. The Lunox first pick is also something that we don't see often. We did talk about Kalea in game 1, and now it comes true for Witty in game 2.
So now for Team Turkey, I feel like this is where you pick up Eve, as well as the... if they do want a Granger to pick it up here. If not, pick up your Yisun Shin, Lancelot, Hayabusa, whatever it is. But I think considering that they have a Kalia Lunox, I think Yisun Shin is definitely the safest.
I agree. Iframes for Yisun Shin, CC immunity for Yisun Shin and iframes for both Lance and high up. So I'm good with it. I mean, it's one of Joe's favorite pick too, so you have to make a trade. And if you ever get Shadow killed on by a Hayabusa, you can easily iframe out of that.
The plains
The Eve comes through like you said.
So now for Team Indonesia, if they don't pick up the Yisun Shin or Haya, because the heroes we were talking about in the previous game is coming out now.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's mostly picking up the Joy for the Eve.
Yeah. There's another pick that I want to say they can consider, but I'm not really sure if it's the best. The Esmeralda as well is a decent answer to deal with the Eve. You can dive in with the Falling Star Moon. You can take Purify on top of that. It was a solution that kind of took Turkey down from credits to Cambodia earlier on. Ruby banned by Turkey, starting to take out some of the marksmen,
Either the Esme or the Uranus. Because looking at the draft here coming in from Indonesia, it looks like they're setting that up. Right?
Kylo's banned, yeah.
Because they need a front line. And Kalia isn't really a front line. She can tank a bit, but not a lot. So I feel like Uranus is a pretty solid ban here.
Yeah.
Or Esme, either or.
Uranus, Esme, Lapu. Surprised we haven't seen Arlet yet. Arlet nor the Hilda. Maybe Arlet. Right, XP laners have. Arlet is quite a weird role. I think Arlet is the only one that has like those big setup, but then it requires a lot of finesse.
I feel like Arlet is player specific.
Yes, like shout out to Kin, one of the best Arlet players we've seen in recent times.
And Sanford as well.
Sanford? No, I'm sorry, Lord Sanford.
Yeah.
CC immune. Yep, the Uranus ban. So does take the pressure off of Turkey just a little bit.
I think picking up Esme is going to be okay here, if not the Lapu. Either or.
Yep.
Mid, gold, keep on guessing. Picking up a EXP here should be solid. I don't know. I think those two are okay. Alice is on the table, but I feel like it doesn't suit their draft quite well.
I just want to say my bar is
Or
pretty,
Terizla.
the bar is pretty low right now. Just don't pick Obsidia. You failed 3 times with Obsidia. I don't think it's a good choice. More so against what Turkey has. Yeah, we did talk about the Hilda. Happy to see that it's going to be Hilda for Iran.
So now Turkey, what do they want to pick up for the gold lane here?
They could take something that could something that wants to win lane. I still think Ranger is not bad, but this could set up for Claude for Kabuki.
Yes.
Remember,
yes.
I mean, there's a Yves, Yuzong Lancelot line. Claude's not too bad against it, and you get to see what Turkey rounds up their draft with too.
Same with the roamer. Do they want to go for the Franco again? I mean, they're going up against a Joy. Might not be the worst of items.
You can. It's harder, but you can. Whoa, Moskov for Sigiboom. Okay. Even for Indonesia, I don't mind if they go for Granger. Right? Like Granger, Claude. The Akai comes out. That's the Akai roam for Apex 47. Some good displacement. Not the best hero to grab with the Tsunami Slam. You can just heavy spin out of that.
Yep.
And makes the life of Joy very tough.
Yeah, I feel like this is just the anti-engage tool because anti-synergistic a bit in case you push people away from the Eve ult. But looks like Indonesia, they're closing things out with the Granger. So I would say this is one of the more standard drafts that Indonesia has shown for us for today. And Team Turkey just showing up a little bit here with the Moskov as well as the Akai. A lot of crowd control, funny enough, coming in from Turkey as they're finishing up their draft.
We did say that in game 1, the damage profile isn't exactly the best, the most from Indonesia. Game 2, they're like, let's bring out the flavor. Let's bring out the Indonesian spices. Damage on everyone.
Yep.
Even Kalea can do damage.
And speaking of Kalea is going to be clutcher because you're going to be the one feeding the kills over to the Lunox as well as the Granger.
Yeah.
So if Witty wants the team to do well, he himself has to do well.
Yep. As I think what Gen Alpha likes to say, put the fries in the bag. Kalea, put for that.
No. 5? Nah.
Not 5 out of 10?
Not 5? No.
All right,
The 2 at most.
2?
Hey, I'm not Gen Alpha, but this is the second game in this best of 5. Team Turkey going up against Team Indonesia. Turkey is up by 1 point. Team Indonesia, this is their game to bounce back.
They have a chance to equalize the scoreboard and give everyone a longer series to look forward to, but I have confidence in that to happen. Both junglers starting on the purple buff side, pathing towards Lethal Wanderer. The bottom lane, Apex 47, slightly late to the party, but not a problem there. Witty will look for Rosa, but chunking him away, but Yehesky already flickered out of safety, and Tianzi now has a good angle to punish. Thankfully, Witty will escape. There's 2 flickers. Hold on a minute, Aran also flickered. It's got cheesed by Lunar, so 3 flickers suspended on Indonesia side.
Yep. Good on Tianzi, actually puncturing towards the Turk, put himself in a very bad spot here. And unfortunately, Rosa, I was hoping that he would freeze the wave a little bit more, but looks like he's shoving it in. I hope he freezes it, making it so that Ezekiel as well as Witty is the knight of level 4 for the first turtle.
And Witty just tops both him and Yehesky back up, so all that damage that Rosa did was undone. But we see the power of the Yves even without items in early levels. Does hurt. And Tianzi helps out Sigiboom in the bottom lane. Kabuki will have to be a lot more careful with his approach. Should be able to claim the minion wave as Sigiboom thinned it out too early. So Kabuki doesn't really lose anything.
Something to notice here. Looks like Rosa has not been freezing the wave at all. Really taking a bit of damage. Joe gets onto Rosa. Rosa should hit level 4 here. So for Team Turkey, even without the heavy spin, and maybe, you know, kill Iran as well.
47, despite not having the ult, would be able to hold that objective in place, allowing Rosa to not only shovel the wave with Sigiboom, but also make sure the Kabuki doesn't want to be there. Though Iran is able to force Tianzi out of contention. Indonesia should get this objective without contest.
And that's the scary thing about Hilda. Looks like Kabuki was able to dodge the SOD. So no kills is going to give over to Sigiboom. So for Indonesia, Looks like they want to threaten Lunar a little bit. So we see some skirmishes here and there, but so far free trade for Indonesia.
With it, first Tsunami Slam, Apex 47, right?
The value, at least here in the early game. And Rosa is just trying to chunk down Indonesia here bit by bit. Ezekiel is going to have a bit of a tough time here. Looks like going to lose a bit of minions, but if we're looking at the goal difference, it's only about 500.
Yeah.
So neither team is gonna suffer for the first few phases of the game.
Yeah. Indonesia calling Aran in for reinforcements too. They really want to shove that mid out. They will be the first of the game priority. Thing is, they don't really get to move that much. Even by clearing out the mid first, when they find Rosa, an instant flicker out. Rosa has to be a lot more careful in face checking these bushes with a Kalea sitting in it.
Right now, neither gangs coming in from both teams, really trying to make it to a 1v1 everywhere, and then we figure out how we're gonna contest for the objectives later on. Trying to see here, I feel like it's on Indonesia, honestly, to start off the fight quite early because, is it really just because of that Kai that they're hesitant here, thinking like, we could go for it, but what if? What if Apex 47 just pins and
yeah, it's one way to look at it. They've attempted it once, right? But Apex 47 just presses heavy spin, not only escapes but also knocks everyone purify. And this is a Moskov. Tianzi is also hard to catch. If Luna is in the Black Dragon form, there's no way you can grab him out of the air. A lot of things that Indonesia needs to consider. We get a slow look game. Lunar though, healed up by the Shard Residue, but Joe petrify Lunar. What an outplay underneath the tier 1.
He wants to go for it. Is this really a good choice? He gives over the first blood to Joe.
Just call it an outplay, and he outplayed himself. Unfortunate for Lunar. That will allow Indonesia to claim this turtle.
Yeah,
should have just taken the way out.
Yeah, I wouldn't even call that a castle curse because he should have survived and been revealed by Ezekiel. Looks like he was trying to make a play, but denied. Team Turkey might be okay here because going in the previous game, as long as they wait long enough, Rosa gets maybe 2 or 3 items, they can start to make work. And we've seen here in WEC, Eve is honestly the true carry, right? It's not the marksman anymore. Give Eve 3 items, and then all of a sudden,
with Pew, has shield.
You don't see the damage, you just feel it.
Eventually, when you start feeling it, it's too late.
Yeah.
The purple buff was secured by Joe, right? I don't think Tien got it. Yeah, where Joe was able to get his purple buff. They got Tsunami Slam, a heavy spin now again. Another 2 ultimates traded, 1 from each side of the Roman row.
Yeah, this is a genius pick coming in from Coach Bagosav. Apex 47 using this Akai does make it very awkward for Team Indonesia to be like, we want to fight, but how? Like, how, bro?
This panda is quite a problem.
Can someone else get a catch here? Speaking of which, Apex 47 taking quite a bit of damage, and Rosa trying to push around away. Looking at the items here, the glowing one is there. Indonesia should feel comfortable until the Wishing Lantern is filled. Look at this, Team Indonesia gets the mid turret purely off of macro. I can't believe I'm watching an Indonesian game almost 7 minutes in, and there's only 1 kill and not a lot of attempts from both sides.
Why is there a Hunter Strike on Lunar? Why isn't it a War Axe? And also, that Black Dragon form is the second Black Dragon form wasted. There was no turret, and the turtle is coming up. This should be a no contest unless Apex 47 can somehow pull off a great heavy spin.
Yeah, I feel like Team Turkey should try to win out something here.
He's not even thinking about the War Axe. This is...
I mean, like, this is a build of Yuzong from a while back. You have enough spell vamp coming in from the Fighter Emblem, but it has been changed a little bit. Less percentage. But hold on, we got to look at the fight here.
Apex 47, good heavy spin, allowing them to get the turtle, but Lunar sacrificed this time. Depth have been on the Yuzong, but it does give Siggy Boom space to secure this bottom tier 1. Kabuki.
Honestly, for Team Indonesia, they have the lead here, but I don't know. I feel like they should not feel comfortable on this one. TNZ able to escape no problem. We got to see how Lunar will be piloting this Yuzong, because again, this Understrike build is quite old, and I don't know if it's relevant after the changes in the Fighter Emblem. Looking at the damage here as well, 6.7 for Lunar. Looks like he hasn't been participating a lot in the game.
Yikes.
I think TNZ got it.
I think so.
I'm colorblind.
But even more, all the more reason to go for War Axe, no? Better
honestly, like,
survivability.
Considering the draft that they have, I wouldn't even mind if he just goes full tank, right? Because the Akai is tanky, but he's not a frontline, right? He wants to wait for things to happen and then goes in and saves someone.
I do feel like Panda, Apex is out. And this is the most macro-centric game we've seen in a while.
Indonesia really doesn't want to make a mistake.
With Indonesia in the lobby. That's the amusing
like
part.
context is important. Right?
Yes.
You got to consider the environment that both teams have been brought up by.
I
don't know how to finish that sentence. Okay,
domestically,
I got environment in my head, and then that's it.
Domestically, Indonesia brawls a lot, right? So to see the control and composure is good, and then a heavy spin disengage.
All right. So another few seconds of nothing happening. Joe getting that holy crystal.
Wow, this is a pretty quiet game. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Makes it even more tense. TNZ now is gonna try and see if he can get a position. Very awkward.
I mean,
ooh, Joe is gonna see him.
Joe sees him.
Not sure what TNZ is gonna do. The Petrify is here though. They get Kabuki. Witty doesn't have the grab. Couldn't find TNZ, and Joe will now have to get it. Thorn Rose, not enough. So the goal lane for the jungler.
And all the while, Sikibum was just like, hey, don't mind me. I'm getting the turrets. I'm getting some farm. So you guys have fun, you know?
Yep.
Have some tea. Have some chocolate.
That tower looks pretty nice.
Yeah. I mean, like, yes, it's not great that your jungler died, but I think that's an amazing trade coming in from Team Turkey, getting a kill and getting a turret. Because, again, this is more macro Husky. Like, this is where you get to appreciate the sound effects of MLBB.
Oh, yes.
I hear the void blast.
My favorite.
Feels, you know, this is a game where you can
and not the Naruto collab, Apex 47. Valiant effort, but without the jungler there, there really wasn't much that he could do. So Kabuki picks up that kill, and the Lord for Indonesia, Radiant Armor, now on for a run.
10 minutes in, and that's his first Sky Piercer stack. That's how the game really has been progressing so far. Turkey is just waiting for Sigibum to get his items, which I feel like should be 4 items with the Malefic Gun as well. After the Malefic Gun, I think that's where they run the sword. So just waiting for that Malefic Gun, and then you try to go for a fight while avoiding Joe, because Joe now has quite a lot of damage. Genius 1 Holy Crystal into a Divine Glaive. Really doesn't matter who he finds. Lunar, Apex 47, even if he pushes Joe away, small immune to CC, Joe will be able to kill Akai as well.
Yeah, and eventually he will transition into a Winter Crown. So something to take note of. Lunar has had some impacts, some whoopsies, but good impact too on the jump on the Kabuki with TNZ earlier on. So looking forward to more of that, because he's going to be an integral piece to Turkey winning the later team fights. Kabuki is going to BOD too, or get taken care of. So I mean, on the hindsight, it looked good, but in the overall grand scheme of things, Turkey really didn't lose much.
Yeah, RWM already used Weedy, catches Apex 47, but everything is honestly AOC.
Lunar, safety, and Iran also runs away, so Turkey are not looking to commit. There's still the Petrify. Joe needs to be careful. He's getting knocked out. Joe full commit to that. What? Able to get out in time. Rosa not even get the Void Blast damage off Joe. Barely escapes. Dev SOD goes wide, right in between them. Oh my god, Joe.
No, honestly, because
that looked pretty dangerous.
If the SOD hits, then we can finally have a fight.
Honestly, if Lunar hits a Petrify after that,
yeah,
Joe would have 100% went down.
Hey, it's okay. There's more games of MLBB here. Indonesia hasn't extended their lead yet. Only about 3,000. TNZ now having the brute force as well. So whenever he does go in for a fight, a little bit more forgiving, able to get out of there.
That was a net neutral Lord take at most. They still end up losing at the bottom tier 2.
They both gained something out of it.
I say Turkey actually got more because they got the bot tier 2. Despite Indonesia trying to rotate there, but they couldn't stop the catapult in time. We also haven't been able to see the full damage profile for USQ, because haven't really seen big team fights. It was short and snappy and a quick disengage from both sides. Sigibun with Malefic Gun, extra range to take on Indonesia, which is actually very much needed, right? Because not many of them can reach Sigibun. I'd say that none of them can reach Sigibun.
I mean, that's why I said they needed that. So now that they have it, now Husky is the time to fight. The Lord is here at 40 minutes. This is where we start to see the Moscow get scary. Speaking of which, it looks like the Kalia has built. Oh, hold on.
Oh, he knows.
I feel like us being quiet is like, wait, hold on. But either ways, he knows, and he's just like, do we fully commit?
Who flinches? All right.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that was a bust.
Okay.
It's like David Attenborough, National Geographic. Now we are watching the predator waiting for the prey.
Moskov in his natural environment, in a lane,
Yeah.
waiting for the Lord to be started.
Kalea waiting in the bush.
Afterwards, a SOD coming in will turn things around. Speaking of which, Indonesia, everyone is here, all around the Lord. Iran looking for everyone. He sees Lunar. Apex 47 is still hidden. TNT is nowhere close to the Lord, and Indonesia will decide to reset it.
Ini Indonesia
All the while,
Turki ini.
Sigibul as a Moscow clearing the
Bukan juara
lane,
3.
grabbing more gold, and pushing away.
This is going to be a tug of war that Indonesia will struggle a bit because the wave clear from Turkey is slightly better. Kabuki just got his Winds of Nature, so that will be a damage control. He gets jumped on by Lunar and TNZ. Wishing Lantern for Yehezkiel. Turkey making the decision to commit to the Lord. Here comes Joe, attempt to steal. They're gonna try and keep Joe away. TNZ go to the Retribution, and Joe gets jumped on. They slay the Lancelot, but they trade the jungler in return. Kabuki finds Lunar. 2-4-1 trade in favor of Indonesia, but they did lose the objective.
Yep. So that's definitely better for Team Indonesia, considering the fact that Kabuki also got another stack on Skypiercer when it jumps in.
Gonna get a cash, and that is Rosa exploding. Kabuki with the 30th Skypiercer stack. And he's starting to look scary. Sigmund does have the SOD, so if anything.
I wonder why Apex 47 was.
Baru pertama kali.
Wait,
Ini udah
did they
jadi
not?
kedua.
He 100%.
Unbelievable. I cannot believe he got away.
No, okay, so first of all,
What?
I don't know what Apex 47 was
Yo,
trying to
itu
do.
Gen
I think the
nonton
more
di live
impressive thing
streaming
is
gua,
that
Gen.
he actually got up. Did they not see him?
Kayak gua
They-
di live streaming ini.
They should have. Even if you don't,
Wasn't there a minion wave?
even if
Yeah.
you don't see it, it's very natural for you to check the bush with
Kayak
your
ada
Rhapsody.
hijau, nama gua lah.
You know what?
Apa ya?
The long days are. That's where you see that endurance comes in, right?
Yes, yes.
You do start to lose focus, and TNZ is about to lose his life, but he gets out of it. Good punk.
447.
That's his immortality and his life. Yehezkiel with the pickup. Lunar tells on the Kabuki. Wisdom Nation is going to keep him safe for now. Can Lunar finish the kill? He more dead on Turkey, and Indonesia now have a chance.
Team Turkey making interesting choices here, going in one by one.
There's no minion wave though. They can't push, can they?
Yeah, but look at that. Catch a Sigibum.
It's a worthy sacrifice. Oh, I need the turret, Sigmund!
Ada.
Stall out.
47 is here
Emang,
to
dari tadi.
protect the base. Kabuki now
Internetnya
having the Wind of
kurang.
Nature, which I believe he sold it to get something else, but now he's
The rose go too, right?
yeah. So now he's got it back. I think it is still in cooldown for at least a minute. So by that time, it should be back up. So if Lunar wants to go in for a catch, it might be difficult for him to get a kill. Unless, call me crazy, Husky.
Uh-huh.
If they go all in, all
Dari
together,
tadi
as
gua
a team.
kamu
As a
juga
team, alright,
begini,
as a team.
kelihatan mau menang
Crazy
kan?
idea, right? But if we
Kena
see
comeback,
them go
ya Allah.
5v5,
Uh-huh.
maybe they can get a kill.
I think so too. I mean, Yehezkiel even bought Lightning Changchen.
Yeah.
The brawl has awakened.
The brawl has awakened? I guess, yeah.
My England no hub good.
Yes, there you go. Looking at the itemized, Granger is basically full build, same as the Moskov. The mid laners, not yet, but they honestly just need 3 items, and they're looking pretty good. The Lunar, yeah, at this point, I feel like I can, and then, go for Oracle. I get it.
Yeah.
But maybe by this point,
I mean,
maybe a War Axe could really help you out.
Queen's Wings for both Lunar and TNZ. We see the Pauldrons for Aran too, so that's not the target you want to go on. And Widdy is starting to catch the necessary targets. By the way, Kabuki has 50 stacks now. So that's going to be dangerous. RWM forces out the Brilliance. Like Dragon Form, they're looking for Kabuki. Yehezkiel is a good target too. Lunar find the Petrify. Yehezkiel with the flicker out. Aran pinned down. They're going to try and blow him out. Aran cannot escape. TNZ with the kill. and he wants more. And so Nick connects. Nick takes it. What a madman underneath the turret. A double kill for Kabuki. He is now 70 stacks on the Sky Piercer.
Yeah, Turkey is making a pretty...
Don't go there. Turkey needs you now.
Nice.
The Turkish hero Genzi unable to take this game to guarantee by Indonesia. And they will equalize the scoreboard. It's 1-1.
After 20 minutes, Indonesia has come back going up against Team Turkey.
Game kedua nih mainnya nyantai
Especially
Indonesia,
at
nggak kayak game 1.
16 minutes above, that's where we really start to see the draft come online.
I gotta say, that was a back burner game.
Yeah.
And then put on the back burner for sure. Whoa, that was stressful. I mean, long. Oh, who flinched first? Turkey flinched.
Yeah, Turkey flinched first. And this is going to be testing the players as well. So if we have more of that length of a game, it will slowly chunk away.
Into some challenges, and the end sequence was sort of that, right? But in a team game environment, Indonesia definitely won this game. 17-4, by the way, in terms of kills.
Yep. I don't know. I feel like is Turkey not comfortable with this kind of draft, because I really feel like the Yuzong presence as well as the Akai's presence is more defensive more than anything else. It's either to deny or to stop the win condition of your opponent. But then, you know, just wait a while until eventually everyone has gotten up to speed, and then we're going to be looking pretty good. It's just quite different to see Indonesia play and then, you know, just have a pretty extended game. You know, I blame myself.
Well, it didn't feel like it until you look at the numbers, right? I mean, if I told you that it's a 17-4 kill game, but it ended in 20 minutes, you would be interested to see what transpired. Because the goal lead doesn't really matter anymore. It really came down to item swaps and just better macro decisions. I again felt like there were a lot of key moments where Turkey went more on a I'll make my own plays, and they didn't connect with each other.
Sigibum did less damage than Willy. You know, just to item Moscow. I don't know, maybe just out of practice, right? Haven't used this hero for a while. Same with the Yuzong. Either way, Kabuki is the goal hunter. 845 gold per minute, as well as the GOAT, 82,000 damage, and an Apex 47 taking 102,000. Willy is still the best support. 0-0 and 12 is KDA. I would say Turkey didn't play like they had the momentum, the hype riding around, and Indonesia was being very careful not to make a mistake. And to their credit, they didn't really make a mistake.
Yeah, they sort of just were testing the waters to see what the response from Turkey is, and they just exploited those small windows. Pretty nice win. You know, Kabuki gets to play the game for once. Maybe not picking up Cydia was one of the keys. I think Ranger looks incredibly comfortable. Like, it took him like 11 minutes to get the first kill, and then he ended the game with full Sky Piercer stacks.
I can already see the comments. You know, the posts coming in from Facebook be like, what a coincidence.
You don't make a hero play. Sigibon trying to make the hero play. There's so many moments in the end game. They find Aran. Joe can't really do too much, but
each still chasing for 2 more points of basically making this into a best of 3. Comfortable on that pick, you know, just let him pick up the Yuzong. You just use something like a Labu or something that you are more accustomed with, and then just Lunar had an amazing game with the Esme, right?
He did.
Yeah.
Labu also is
deathless on the Esme, in fact.
Maybe it's time to consider Arlet, right? We haven't seen Arlet yet. I don't think Yuzong is that bad of a pick, but I just felt like there were some very...
The impact wasn't there.
Yeah, it's pretty questionable, right? It leaves you scratching your head on what the idea... What I would say to Team Indonesia after game 1, when Turkey requires, you know, a few months to get right, this one, you fine-tune a little bit, right? You tweak the screws a bit. And
the Moscow, you just want to go for that late game. 4 items is enough, right? The last item is going to be more defensive. Win in nature, rose gold, or even I feel like it's more on the team asking, okay, is it going to be Akai starting to fight in? And then you guys go. The order of from A to Z, let's be like the players and have just move on, right? Now we got to reset. Now we got to go on to game number 3. And in terms of the game, I'm guessing Rock is not going to be there. Kimi is going to get banned again by Team Indonesia. So
that was more of a draft thing. I also, one thing that did, got me curious was the fact that here were on blue side, they had first pick. Rock was banned by Indonesia, but they banned Gatot.
they banned Gatot.
So that was also,
And Apex has used the Gatot, so question marks.
I mean, Gatot hasn't won games today, but still, I think it's a very positive win rate overall.
I mean,
In WEC.
Team Turkey, they opened up yesterday Lapu, Gatot, Haya, and they won the game against Myanmar. So why they banned Gatot? Because they don't want to first pick it. And their first pick is that Yuzong. Maybe they should have switched it up, ban the Yuzong, and then grab the Gatot.
Or just open the Yuzong, right? Yuzong isn't too big. Like, it
They
isn't like the end game.
they have been banning Yuzong basically almost all tournament, which is also something a bit weird here.
Maybe in like higher stake situations, the teams start to overthink a little bit, right? You start to overthink, overanalyze the draft, and
Or just like us, we always have that one who sucks on that day. Because when we rank with him, there's a day, okay, you know what, never use Hayabusa again. Even when he was using like a Balmond jungle, we win. But when he gets on the Hayabusa and he gets the Savage, we still lose. I
Oh.
don't know why. It's bad juju.
I have one. Shout out to our friend Real Life, if you're watching from Indonesia. Please don't ever play Moskov.
Oh, yeah.
Your Moskov needs improvement.
Mhm. What is my hero? I'm okay with everything.
Really, no hero that you feel like if you.
Give me a.
Oh, I have one. I have a hero that I feel like is your bad juju hero.
Okay.
Kalea.
I have an amazing game.
No, you grab Tigreal into your teammate. You grab El Wombo combo into us.
No, that's the reverse juju. I make bad plays and we still win.
Because we were 10k go ahead.
I mean, yeah, but
Yeah.
still, like that's the reverse. That's the good juju. No matter how bad you are on the hero, you still win.
Just to say, ladies and gentlemen, Staffel can be a bad influence. So do not.
I'm just saying.
I'm sorry.
The results matter,
You're right.
right?
Yes.
Because let me tell you a strategy that my great grandma told me.
Great grandma. Okay.
We had a good conversation when I was young.
In what language?
English, of course. Don't let your opponents know what you're doing.
I believe
Always do the unexpected. The Tigreal never expects me to grab him.
that is correct.
So he ults into no one.
No, I
You-
died
you don't-
because of
It's just you. Everyone else is fine.
This is why I move on from that. It is a. What was I? It was a mood shift, right? At least for Indonesia after that game 2 win.
Now I'm worried because now they're moving.
Now they're leaning
Now
back.
they're-
The
now they're
team that
leaning
is
back.
like leaning back is the one that's losing the game. Is that what we're going with now?
Well,
Dangerous.
So we're gonna have Dangerous Grass 3 games in a row here, where I feel like the draft is gonna change almost every single game because we're not seeing much constants here, which is also pretty weird. Because I kind of feel like once you have this strategy that works, maybe just keep on going on. In fact, they were first pick. They could have picked up the CC if they wanted.
I agree.
Right? They banned out the CC higher than Gatot, which I feel like both CC and Gatot is definitely first pickable.
Honestly, the Harif to me was also a weird.
Yeah,
one,
also
right?
weird, yeah.
You don't see that often too.
And you don't see it in the first 3 picks. It's usually red 4.
No, not at all. Yeah. Times have changed because back then Harif was first pick.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah, times have changed. It was 4-3, now it's 5-3.
Yeah. Like
It almost changes every minute.
like a wise man once said, every 60 seconds a minute passes in Peninsular Malaysia. Time moves differently in Kuala Lumpur than Indonesia.
Speaking of which, Indonesia will be first pick. Team Turkiyye will be the second one. And Team Turkey going bit. Somehow they lose.
Kimi is the problem.
So they ban out the Bani, Gatot as well as Kimi. So the first pick here is going to be pretty interesting because
The big 3 assassins are open again. Well, now that Joy has been picked up by Joe, that makes it 4. Yishun Shin, Lancelot. Okay.
interesting. Doesn't 100% feel necessary, but okay. And then the Kalia first pick.
This I understand because they banned the Katot out.
Mhm.
Though it's not really a direct answer. It's more like it's a viable solution. in a way due to Kalia. I mean, Purify is always one way to do it. Purify heroes that are hard to assume. Lancelot works too. So they go back to some of the comforts from both games. TNZ had a great game with the Lancelot.
Yep.
And the CC on Siggy Boom in game 1 was also pretty hard to take out.
So now for Team Indonesia, when they had this Kalia, they pick up the Lunox early. I kind of feel like pick up the Farsa might be better here. A little bit easier to execute and you don't really lose your lane. And then Yisun or Haya. But if Joe's comfort is the Joy, sure. The name is pretty similar as well.
The Joe Joy.
Joe Joy.
Because I saved
YSS and Uranus.
I'm glad they pick up the YSS and Uranus. Because at least I know where the Uranus isn't going.
Yeah. Jungle. Thank goodness it's not jungle again. With Joe and with Kabuki. I guess it's your Hezky's turn.
I feel like at this point, picking the Eve, just pick up a prio mid and then make sure that Ezekiel doesn't have a good combo alongside with the Kalia. Don't give him some kind of burst.
I think Eve is good. I think Eve is, actually Eve is very good. Yeah.
So it should be an Eve pick here into mid lane bats.
It's very hard to go wrong picking Eve.
Allow me to lead
So they pick up a Hilda, which is okay too. Is okay. And you can adjust being Roam or EXP. So far we do see it looks like Hilda does have favorable trade against the Uranus on the EXP lane. So both are really waiting for their mid lane picks.
So Yi, Farsa, Valentina, Selena.
I wonder if Team Turkey want to go for a Jushin again.
Jusin too, yeah. Lunox is there. Jusin Kalea is quite a pain
Yeah.
to deal with.
Yeah, but I feel like for Turkey it would look much better. So they're gonna ban out the Lunox.
Understandable. Lunox was a big problem. Lapu ban from Indonesia. I like it. Part of me feels like they might just leave the Yuzong open and see what happens with Lunar. No, if they pick the Yuzong, that means they're running double fighters. But
Yes.
with no Kim in mid, it's very ill-advised.
Yeah, Team Turkey basically have to pick up a mid after this, hiding where CC as well as Hilda is going. Because I feel like if they pick up their whatever other front line here, they have to default to a marksman.
Yep. So respect still shown by Indonesia. They banned the Yuzong. Even though I feel like in the grand scheme of things, it's not the best choice for Turkey, but better be safe than sorry. Mid lane, I still think Eve is the way. Now that Yuzong is banned, you are worried about an Esmeralda for Indonesia from Indonesia's side. But that's pretty much it. I think if you take like the Granger for yourself, you work the Tucson for them, gives you strong presence in skirmishes, but you do lack crowd control.
Because here's the thing, I really like to pair it with picks like Hilda as well as CC because basically making it so that they have free damage. And I feel like this is just the composition they like to run. The Jushin is more about setting it up for your fighters to really shine. But for Team Indonesia, Eve is an amazing pick. Combo it with the Kalia. If they want to take a Farsa, it works as well. And then Esmeralda, I think, is pretty solid.
Ooh, Eve
Export. Oh, that's...
Now this is a problem.
Turkey needs to pick up the Granger because you need someone to at least take down the Braga armor.
I agree. I think Granger is if not the Granger play out then the Granger here. Claude is like
Granger.
I think you keep it simple, right? Play Granger, you get the range, you are not gonna be pushed away by Export. We've seen a couple of matchups. Export into Claude, no go. Export into Obsidian, no go. Into Harith, manageable. Granger is the best, and they go
for the draft here for Team Indonesia. They have multiple layers of damage here, but most of it is kind of like a DPSE dot damage for Team Turkey. Also in the mix, but it's mostly on a lot of physical bursts. A lot of physical bursts here. In terms of magical damage, honestly, not a lot. So I feel like once the Granger has the Counter-Strike as well as the Sky Piercer, then we start to see a little bit of
Piercer. How is the team going to help you navigate these fights, right? And I mean, for Indonesia's draft, they don't really have... They have some pretty nasty dives, and have a chill Kalea on one side, you're always thinking whether you want to take Purify or the Flicker. In this case, it's Purify for both Sigiboom and Rosa to deal with the Kalea, but you do open up yourselves.
V1s. They got to roll for the Hilda. If you take down the Uranus, I think it's going to be good for TNZ. No one is really going to disrupt him that much.
But what we've learned in one of the semis is that you can actually target the Uranus, right? With the right picks. And Turkey have to deal with the Uranus.
Yep.
That was what we saw from Team Malaysia too. Lancelot, Susin, Hilda is doable.
Yeah. So I'm really looking at the mid trio here coming in from Team Turkey. They cannot be passive because in the previous game, Rosa on that Eve basically just camps the mid bush, basically making sure that Rosa does not die, but at the same time, not being proactive. This time with the Jushin, I want to see him more proactive. I want him to actually pressure the side lanes.
See if this game is going to be a lot more what they call slow pace like game 2, or will it start accelerating? That is the important thing. Because in the grand scheme of things, I feel like we've seen both sides of the aisle. Shout out to Turkey and the supporters still here, still going strong. Again, bronze match. You need to get to the podium to have a shot at the prize pool. And for Turkey, this is already a milestone. Remember in 2024. And this is a roster that has been well respected across the globe too. They have their fair shares of struggles, but I think that comeback from game 1 was one of the biggest confidence boosts any Turkish fans could have gotten. We can say the same for the Indonesians as well. With such a drawn-out game to Slugfest, coaching staff still in high spirits. Shout out to Coach St. Lucas. I'm a big fan. Can I have your autograph, please?
I'm pretty sure if you ask Nicey, he'll give it to you. And honestly, this is pretty big for Indonesia as well, because in the previous year, they did get top 3 for this one. I'm pretty sure at this point, I want more and more proactivity. That's all I'm asking for coming in from Indonesia as well as at this point I'm honestly out of words for Turkey against Indonesia, because the previous game there's not a lot that was brought forward to us for us to really commentate on.
No, it's honestly, you say it's a battle of attrition for the team, so I honestly
It's a battle of attrition for us as well.
we are also put to the test too.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Single sitting. Mine was 12, I think. 12 with a 9-game lose streak in a single sitting.
Well,
The most we've played. So just game after game after game after game after game.
I think of losses, not a single win. So I don't know how long that is, but at least that long.
Is it long enough that you have to scroll to see the rest of it, or?
Yeah, meaning like I scroll to the end and it's all lost.
It's all
5%-ish win rate every single season. So
with a lose streak?
yeah, but I want to make sure the lowest I will ever be is like 66, 65.
Shout out to them. They've
Shout out
been
to
here
them.
since the semis. We saw some of them during lunchtime, and now they're back. Just waiting for the games to conclude. But of course, this is going to start wearing out on the teams too. When you have to, I think it's more of like the downtime in between that makes it a bit, can't find the right word for it. Composure is important though. I would say if there's one player that has gotten the biggest confidence boost so far in the series on both sides,
Yeah.
TNZ for Turkey Kabuki for Indonesia.
Honestly, after Lunar's game with the Esme, I feel like he should have a bit more confidence as well. But maybe after that Uzone game, that he went back down. So now it's neutral, right? So now I think it's neutral for both. I feel like Indonesia, they haven't really gotten that confidence just yet, because we've seen the players on stage. I mean, we've seen Kabuki, we've seen Joe. We know how different they play when they are confident, and then when they will force out a play, right? Because I feel like that's the biggest difference that we've seen, especially for the first 3 days of WEC, is that whenever Indonesia feels it, they will fight in your jungle just because they could.
So it's a mood thing.
It's a mood. It's that.
How I don't feel after Angkor.
Wait. Depends on how much I eat that.
Because are you trying to end the game fast to use the washroom?
Funny enough, I've gotten immune to that. I don't really use the washroom that much after eating spicy food.
Good on
Today
you.
or tomorrow or
Same. I'm not sure
Right?
if that's a good thing. Yeah, it's the same.
we're stronger. We're stronger, just like a strong
strong
rope. By
rope.
the way, Shout out to all of you guys watching. We are making sure that everything is A-okay here. This is when we said this is the battle of attrition. We didn't know how right we were. You know, this is why we're doing international, man. Like
This is why
we call everything the first few minutes of the pre-show.
the
We call drafts.
flow of
days.
the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Flow of the game. Higher than my win rate.
Yeah.
For sure.
I'm guessing you don't want to say it.
My highest or my low? Probably like 60 was like the highest, I'd say.
This might be a hot take. I feel like it's easier to maintain your win rate as a roamer
As a roamer.
because number one, right? Meaning like
Yeah.
meaning like I'm not seeing a mid playing EXP. I'm not seeing a gold laner playing jungle. Like there are games, of course, where like, bro, can we swap kind of thing. But
Yep.
and then most of the time, they want to pick their heroes first. They want me to be last, and at that point, I can counter the draft.
Yeah. For I'm a mid, they will, and then you just have to pick heroes that generally can do everything.
Yeah.
That's why Yves is one of the best options.
Yeah, you pick up the first hero, and then enemies just. It's like when we play with Milo, and you're like, hey Milo, how about you use a pad? And then every single hero on the other side, Saber, the Cho, Kaja, anything under the sun, we win. But
Cyclops is also a popular one.
yeah, which the skin is coming up. I don't play the food game often.
I saw someone. So I saw this funny post on social media. So it's like you have to cook and serve
Yes,
food,
yes.
right? So it's like a mini game you play
How to serve?
that they only have one pizza oven,
Yes.
but they have to serve to 3 guests who want
Yes.
pizza
That is a bit annoying.
in a time attack mode.
At least the drinks you can put up 3 drinks at a time. The burgers you can put 4 burgers at a time. But yeah, the pizza you only have 1. I feel like it shouldn't have upgraded that one.
So it's actually forcing you to lose customers.
But hey, if you guys have to bring it over to the venue, we would like some pizza. Actually, now that I say it, Rose might figure something.
Yeah, we have a lot.
She had snacks, but we've been here for a while.
There's a lot of food in the green room actually. We have so many foods. Like I know you work out a lot, but the calorie intake has not been good.
I haven't been working out for quite a while because we've been here exclusively the entire day.
Today.
Meaning like this week.
This week, yes.
This week.
See,
Oh, I'm not supposed to say a name. Hey, but no, people know him. People know him. He's
true.
He's very popular.
The yellow card.
Yes.
I didn't know it was discontinued until I asked him. I was like, "Can you give me a yellow card?" And he's like, "No, we've discontinued that system."
Oh, really? I actually didn't know that.
Yeah, they have since now it's 2025, right? I think the first time we saw it was the last time we saw it.
Well, now we can all breathe because we're jumping straight into the game here. So we'll see at what.
Yay!
Anyways, right now.
You guys have.
look at his
Wait. We've
Oh.
seen this before. Conditioning.
Yeah.
We have seen this before.
Joe as well as Sakai. Sikabon taking a bit of damage from Kabuki. Looks like a lot of trades is happening in reaction of TNT and be like, wait, where's my buff?
That has to be frustrating. Joe even got the gold crab too. Kabuki with a good leash on the lizard.
Joe, can I get something here? No. Like TNT, but as of right now, it's not that bad, right? He's still level 3. But the thing is, Joe just, why is he not level 4 yet?
Well, he needs one more cap, right? Because he didn't steal. He only stole the orange buff. He didn't steal the lizard. He stole one extra camp, then yes.
Yeah.
Though still, it did mess up TNZ's road pathing a little bit. He's gonna try to put some damage. It's purified out from Apex 47. Joe is doing too much damage. TNZ shouldn't even be there in the first place. That's first blood for Joe and another camp for the YSS.
Joe is so understanding of the situation that TNZ is going in because he's like, I get it, bro. This is frustrating, but I felt it. Now it's your turn. And look at Kabuki and Sigibum just trading all around, and Sigibum gets it.
The thing is that the TNZ's pathing is severely no gold crab. Rosa should get out with a delayed Rosa into a tsunami slam. Witty drags Apex back, and Apex will survive.
Yeah. Witty taking a bit of damage, but the Kalia can heal up, so it shouldn't be a problem. Joe and Apex 47 as well as TNZ has to be careful because if Joe is feeling like he could go lead.
Aran was sandbagging the lane, and this is a problem. This for Turkiyye, damage profile-wise, not really the best, especially in the early game before you get items, unless you can bring Sigiboom into the fight. But even he needs items. And Turkiyye, they're now 4-manning just to make sure that TNZ gets some resources. We'll get the Golem and transition into the lizard down there. but still will be at least 2 levels behind Joe. And Vinny comes in, flicker into a grab, gets Lunar instead of TNZ. Apex and Rosa here to back him up. Joe finds the turtle boat. And a crash onto Rosa.
Almost every single time having at least 1,000 gold advantage. Sigibum is doing quite well against Kabuki, and now even the last attempt in use, but Kabuki is able to get his distance away from Sigibum. So Indonesia, they're in a pretty comfortable spot. Weird to say, but I kind of feel like Turkey is in a comfortable spot as well. He forced out the Purify coming in from Joe.
I want to take
As well, Joe attack him, and then he's forced to use the Purify, even though he really didn't have to.
Yeah. I want to take this opportunity to answer a very pressing question from a good friend of ours.
Okay.
Shout out to Mirko. He was asking why on Indonesia, the turtle boat in the possession of Joe. Another conversion, turtle to a Beetle. Apex cannot hold on to the camp.
So right now on Team Turkey, they're being pushed back, and we got to remember how they dealt with this kind of aggression, which is lose, sure, but don't lose too much. So Team Turkey, they're accepting, okay.
Yeah, I was about to say, not lose too much, but you lose a tier 1 in Iran. Does get forced to flicker out, so some response from Turkey. That's what we want to see. We want to see resistance. And majority of the goal advantage should be on Joe right now.
I feel like for Team Turkey, if their leading phase was a little bit better, they should have actually quite a lot of damage here, being surrounded by Team Indonesia, and Kabuki flickers away, almost got taken down by Team Turkey. And this is why I kind of feel like Team Turkey, they should be able to group up now, because I feel like in terms of the damage profile that they have, they really should start getting some kind of pickoffs.
These instances, another Crimson Beacon forced out from Rosa. So that's 4.5k advantage now for Indonesia. Third turtle on the map, and Joe on the case already. This is going to be a continuous problem for Turkey. Luna goes in with the curtain call. Yehescu and Witty stuck together. They need a bit more damage. Luna now is going to lose his hands. Try to...
Yeah, Team Turkey now looking a little bit desperate, making some plays that they usually don't do here, Husky. And at 6 minutes in, Sigibum just finished the Sky Piercer. So Team Turkey now should really be feeding in some kills over to him, because, I don't know, Team Turkey, they're being a little bit uncharacteristic, I would say.
Got some gold back, but still Indonesia ends up getting the turtle, which is slightly slower than the timing that I expected. I thought that Joe would fully take the objective, but he cordoned off the map, something to watch out for. With the gang squad, here he comes into a knockout, boom!
There's a 1 item difference between the junglers. TNZ only has the War Axe, and then Joe has 2 items, the War Axe and the Hunter Strike, if I believe. So just by the junglers.
It's another kill fed into the machine of Yehescu. How gets it easy with a knockup, Tsunami Slam, RKO, Lunar is gone. Indonesia continues to step on the gas.
Yep. Team Turkey only have 1 kill to the name. Rosa just built the glowing wand. So this time should be able to reduce the healing coming in from the front line. They don't have the damage. They don't have the damage just yet. So they just gotta I don't know if they want to wait for the same timing, but
I don't know. I think the timing sort of it hasn't passed, but it has been delayed. It's been severely delayed.
Yep.
From the Hilda.
Oh,
That is a problem for Turkey. Why?
Is it really just because he doesn't want to get picked off by the Kalia? Because I feel like it's not really all that necessary. But either ways, the turtle has been started up by Team Indonesia, and they're getting the lore for free. In fact, they're basically getting everything on the map for free.
Yeah, I'm not really sure about this. I mean, you don't get picked up. I can understand. But it doesn't make any difference, to be honest. Not with
Indonesia with 6,700. They are, personally for me, I feel like they can actually go inside the turret here, at least take the holy defense away. Team Turkey is trying to pull the minions to the side, but unfortunately in the mid, it has been triggered, same as the bottom here. So Team Turkey, they have a lot of ways to siege as well as catch. They should be able to get this inhibitor for free. Team Turkey unable to defend that one.
And the good RWM from Nar is going to explode as Kabuki takes him out. And a barbecue delivered. Double kill for Kabuki. Lore being worked on. Joe gets 10Z. Joe almost takes him out. But the Ron will Flicker right on top into a planetary punch. And that's a knockout blow. 10.4k goalie for Indonesia. And the Crystal inside Sigibum does his best. But Indonesia will take the lead in this best of 5. It's 2-1 for them.
With 10,000 goal lead and Team Turkey only able to get 1 kill. Team Indonesia with the cheeky early steal in the buff started controlling the game from minute 1.
This game was quite a tricky one to navigate.
Oh yeah,
I gotta be honest. Not just from the cheeky start from Indonesia, but the more you looked at how Turkey approached that game, the more you realize that this game is going out of control faster than expected.
I don't know how they're going to reset for this one because on the stage, it feels like different players. And
it reminds me of the feeling of yesterday where it felt like you're watching something in slow-mo.
I wonder if they have one more game.
I'm pretty sure they I'm pretty sure they
should. Yeah. Here in this best of 5, looks like Team Indonesia got match point. They need one more win to secure the 3rd place.
Not the camera angle, but the Turkey players are actually all still seated, and it has to be a very quick solution, right? They have to come up with a way, going to game 4. How are they going to navigate the draft? Because I think, well, actually not the draft. I think the draft wasn't exactly.
I feel like it's the early game because every single game, if you lose 1,000 in the first 2 minutes 3 times in a row, something has to change.
Yeah, I think
the question is mid-trio.
Personally, do not like the Purifier on the Hilda at all.
Yeah,
I understand the idea, but it's not going to make a difference. Let's be very honest. Whether you get grab back or whether you Purify out of it, your job is going to be throwing your body like moths to a flame. And it's a very tough game to navigate. When your jungler is behind, remember that the mid interaction, Tianzi late with the jungle pathing because, you know, Joe decided to make life hard for him and they still try to contest mid. Tianzi ends up going down and then you see that snowball instantly gets created by Indonesia.
Because I really feel like Team Turkey, they always make the mistake when they... It doesn't matter the draft, Husky, that's the important thing. It doesn't matter the draft, they force a fight mid. And all 3 members are there, you know, Team... And always, they die first. Either TNZ dies, or Rosa dies, or Apex 47 dies. I get the idea, but the execution really isn't there. And it does seem like Team Indonesia, they see this, they notice. It's like, okay, you're going to get level 2, and then you're going to gank me. I'm ready for it.
Yeah, they are punishing the tendencies of Turkey, which is quite, I don't want to say refreshing, but there are some of our domestic league flavors in there. You know, what we like to say, fight hard when winning, fight harder when you're losing.
Yeah.
Doesn't work every time. What are the numbers though? Like this number, let's see. Yeah.
Around 9 to 10 goal difference, 11 kills to 1. And in terms of damage being dealt, honestly, not a lot all across the board. The highest damage that we have is around 39, almost 40,000.
Yeah, which is considered quite a lot when your targets pop like balloons.
Yeah.
Hall of Famous on your screen. We got Joe as the Gold Hunter, USQ, Goat and the best support, Aran as the tanker on the Uranus.
It's basically all Team Indonesia here, and because they've been doing their job here, Husky, right?
Yeah.
Like, hey, you know what, Ezekiel? Do damage, catch them anytime that you can, Aran, open up the map, and then Joe, farm up. If we need you, please come visit, deal damage, and then look good while doing it. Everyone has their jobs and they just do it.
And that's something that, you know, I want to give them credit for. They definitely took a page out of how Malaysia approached the game, right? It's almost sort of the same trick. They learn and they adapt fast. I love it. And of course, Joe was the one that really spearheaded the snowball of this game on the 317 YSS. Really nothing much to say about it. You know, he got too far ahead, too fast, and he was just too strong, I guess.
And TNT couldn't figure out fight level 4.
He loses the orange buff and loses the gold crab,
and then he dies.
And he dies mid, then he loses purple.
So it was just, you know, snowballing out of control. Maybe that's how you wanna, I guess, like, you wanna tilt the jungler.
Yeah.
Take one of their buffs early.
And then
And then after that, it all goes spiraling down because they're like, okay, I don't know how to play the game anymore.
and not just that, like jungler is such a integral role to this current meta in ML right now. Is that when the jungler dies, you not only tilt the jungler, you tilt the rest of.
That's why the first two turtles are so important, and that's why the laning phase is very, very important. So, Team Turkey, they need to re-establish themselves. Understanding that Indonesia, they're a team with very high mechanics. You gotta get some kind of advantage in the draft, and then understand. You gotta win or not lose that much because it's not a coincidence. All three games, 1,500 goal difference in the first 2 minutes.
So yeah, this is why I want to get your input on this. I know you've also had experience leading a team before. If your team is in this position, right, the role of the coach, how are you going to navigate it? How do you tackle the players?
Every single time, it's all about something that's very simple to execute. Basically, something that even if you autopilot on,
Yeah.
it will look good. But with everything that's going on, we're gonna give some time for the players to basically re-strategize and figure out how potentially the final game is gonna be played. Because Indonesia, they are at match point, and for Team Turkey, this is their last chance. So we're going for a very quick break. After we come back, we will resume the bronze match.
To be in the zone, gamers need true support. One that's in sync with your body at every angle. It takes your weight without pressure. Fully adjustable to cradle your spine and adapts as you shift in your seat. True ergonomic alignment to achieve your perfect gaming form.
Data habis? Jangan risau. Tak. Nak plan data telefon, Netcon Mobile kan ada. Like we did, but I guess it's past tense, cause you tapped in. You was never who you said. I see the facade when looking at really me. Like you can tell my guard up. I ain't taking nails. If it's not in my favor, won't sign a deal. I got the royalty in the mill. I got authority in the tell that they high risk. I never know where my mind went.
Salam.
Saringan halus untuk menjaring
Starts with one moment. Activate your place in the world of esports. Compete, manage, track, dominate. T5. For results, streams, and more, visit IESF.gg. To be in the zone, gamers need true support. One that's in sync with your body at every angle. Takes your weight without pressure. Fully adjustable to cradle your spine and adapts as you shift in your seat. True ergonomic alignment to achieve your perfect gaming form.
Data habis? Jangan risau. Now I get penny coin, but some self-made. You ain't gotta wish me well. You ain't like me then, but I guess it's past tense, cause you tapped in. You was never who you said. I see the facade, when looking at really mean I can tell my guard up. I ain't taking nails. If it's not in my favor, won't sign the deal. I got the royalty in the mail. I got authority in the field. Take a look at my iris. I be precise with the timing. I move on a touch that's the high risk. I never know where my mind went.
Let me just say, shout outs to Monster. About to jump in the match point game for Team Indonesia. Right now, they are up by 2 points. And Team Turkey Indonesia, they can end it now and reclaim their third place spot that they got.
You flinch. I can see you flinch.
Because I'm
at
like,
the end of
how do I
They-
work this in the proper way?
They did finish third last year, and you know the best, unfortunately, for this year's format itself, but it does put them on the podium to get the third place prize pool. So I gotta say, better than nothing, of course. Would have
With friends watching as well, the other casters are definitely watching, and hopefully they had their fill of fun, because I heard during the time they learned a lot.
Yeah, they shout out to Merkel, only 2 hours of sleep here. Shout out to Wolf, best coach ever that I've known, with the greatest record in a single season.
Hey, that unbeatable. Unbeatable.
Literally unbeatable.
Yes. Trust everyone, and for all the audience here as well. They've been here since the morning, waiting for later on. This is going to be the grand finals, which, by the way, if you guys don't know, this is the bronze match. The third place series. After this, it will be the grand finals between Malaysia going up against Cambodia in a best of 5, we believe.
In the best of 5, yes.
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 And then but we'll start that later on. Right now, we're still ongoing the series between Indonesia against Turkey.
Yeah, and I think just to get
Yeah, currently this is the only series that has been extended. Every other game has been sweeps, 2-0 victories, 0-2 losses. This is the only one that actually went 2-1. So Indonesia, they should be having the momentum here, but like you said, we saw off screen the coaching staff for Team Turkey had a talk to players. Hopefully, it's reinvigorated them. Hopefully, the break is enough for basically for them to reset, because that might be the problem. It might be like a mental block where, after losing the early game 3 games in a row, maybe you start to basically have foggy. What you call it? Like
a foggy brain.
Yeah.
When you start, I think when you start losing focus and when you start losing the mental war, one of my favorite quotes when it comes to not just competitive esports, but just your chances of success. And a lot of people lose at the starting line. Let's take a look at the map selection. We've gotten our fair share of dangerous grass, so it's good that we get a change for Game 4. Expanding River will be the map of choice.
Which is a change, because it has been dangerous grass all the while.
Yeah.
So this time, the laning phase has become even more important, because if you pick up a fighter in the gold lane and you're trading well, you can be there for the first hurdle. And considering how snowbally Indonesia can be, Turkey, they want to try to get some kind of an advantage in the early, but I think it's key to get those kills.
Funny enough, we haven't seen Lancelot, not Lancelot, Hayabusa, right? Or have you seen it in game 1 actually?
Wait. Let me check.
It was one higher, right?
Yeah,
it was again for Turkey. Not to say that Lancelot wasn't good, but there are certain, with how they have been trying to approach these early fights, I think higher sort of makes it easier to manage. At least you have a way out. Whereas for Lancelot, if you accidentally miss...
I can say the entire series, Team Turkey only won one game with the Kimi. And after that, it has been banned out. And
whoa!
And Team Indonesia is one of the they let go of the Grok. Very interesting here. And now Indonesia to respond with the Hayabusa and the Kimi.
We did talk about the potential trade where if one side opens up the Grok or the Gatot, the other side will gladly take the exchange. And I think our fellow friends like Sudafa and Fasha Bunny also talked about this. When you already see a Grok first pick on the enemy side, you don't really need to rush for the Gatot pick. You can take 2 other pryos. And for Indonesia, we talk about how good the highest early level 2 situations because of the quad shadows, but having Kimi to push out the waves helps that a lot.
Eve Lance, I feel, should be...
Eve is banned out. Both are banned out, actually.
Then get the Farsa, right? You need some kind of burst. You need a
YSS, Jusin. Actually, Grok is also a thing, right?
Yeah. Jusin is pretty good, yeah.
Jusin, YSS.
And it's easier for you to dodge the Hayabusa engage.
Yeah.
So yeah, Jusin is a
best. So that by default this should be a Lunar Lapu Lapu.
It should.
And the YSS banned out, and that sort of cements that fact.
I almost want Team Turkey to use a Frederick so that you can give Sigibum a marksman and basically just play
traditional.
Yeah, because all the while in their long careers, that's where they perform best. When we say the Turkish delight, they're kind of playing Ube-ish kind of style. They move as a team and they take the front to back. And looks like when the meta shifted to, it does seem to be just a little bit outside of their comfort.
Yeah. There's one pick that I wish is actually decent that we can Sigibum decent enough for Sigibum to consider, and that's the Bruno. He was a scary Bruno player, but in this landscape, Bruno is sort of like nah.
Most marksman is very meh, unless you can build Sky Berserk.
Yeah, Granger, even Harif hasn't really been having the best time in WEC. Lunasco was a thing.
They're seeing this draft and saying that Turkey might go for a tank jungle, but they're saying like probably not Frederick, maybe a Gwyn, which honestly can work out, and maybe a Predator towards the Kimi, forces the Kimi on the Purify so that the Farsa can actually kill her.
You can also see the focus on where Turkey wants to shift towards, ignoring the fact that Rosa wants to feel comfortable in that mid lane. That's why the Farsa came on this early. We've seen Farsa, Rosa outplaying a Haya in this matchup, but we also have seen it being a very challenging one. The Sakai's did prove to be too much in their encounter in the group stage. I like the export ban.
Now, for them to hide things up, they should pick up a Yuzong maybe, but instead they go for a Ruby. So This is a pretty good pick, but at the same time, I feel like this should incentivize for a marksman, because in terms of reach coming in from Indonesia, it's honestly not that much. So they could potentially just play a siege composition with a tank jungler and a Granger, and then they could just play with the range.
I agree. I think Granger is a very good shout. It has to be, right? It has to be. Okay, we're on the money again.
We've been doing this for years. It feels validating when we call the draft at the first pick.
Yeah, but sometimes, you know, I feel like I'm not sure about you, but I might fall off my bed when I sleep. Like, who knows? Like, some things are too good to be true.
It'll be fine.
So
yeah,
one business day.
Yeah, exactly. So I have a system myself. So Alice gets picked up, which kind of solves-ish the problem of reach, where Alice will be the main initiator and then giving vision towards the Gatkacha for him to AOG in. So for Team Turkey, they cannot be behind. As long as they can have a time that they go for the dive, this kind of draft is actually quite difficult for you to come back with.
Yeah. Skypiercer, bring them to the execution threshold. Again, for those who just tune in.
And I like that they are going back to comfort, going back to what has really put them on the international stage, going up against Team Indonesia here. Where honestly, Indonesia, they're playing their style as well. This full-on dive. We really want to fight. Rosa is already being pressured by Ezekiel, but looks like both are going to have roughly the same HP pool at this point.
Apex was busy setting up the rampart to manipulate the wave a little bit, so allow Rosa to clear out the wave, not a problem. TNZ decides to, that's not the concern. You can have the lift though, we're going to try and take your wave. Goal lane matchup as well, Siggy Boom putting some considerable pressure. Revitalize comes out, they bring the Alice in from Iran, and this Apex 47 with the flicker out.
But that's already big, because you see the Revitalize already being used. Team Turkey, they can actually engage later on if they really feel like it. And at least now we've been shouting for the Farsa for quite a while, because we know this is his comfort. He's brought this hero ever since M4. Now it's M7, it's like Team Indonesia. But Team Turkey, they've been suffering this goal deficit for 4 games now. They should be accustomed to it by now.
Yeah, accustomed to a killing spree for Joe, 2.5 minutes in. Not really sure if that's something you want to get. We both agree that proxy was unnecessary.
It was unnecessary. It was unnecessary. There. The majority of the rotation will be towards that area. So even if you finish the proxy and you run away, you're gonna get caught.
And your Grog isn't even there.
And that probably is the biggest thing.
And he is not gonna be there again. Actually, good juggling. Rosa shares the burden. Oh, good stuff.
See?
You're right. Straight down go.
Right. Fattening up the cattle for a bit. You know, give them some food so that you get your investment. Right? The ROI is important here, Husky.
Yes. So you feed Joe, and then you take it back.
Yes. Exactly. So now Ron taking just a bit of damage coming in from Lunar. Ooh, and Witty.
What?
AOG basically into his own death, gets caught. And now Sigiboom has the Skypiercer, going to be more productive around with his team. Around as well as Lunar, just staying in lane here.
It's the first item Skypiercer for Sigiboom. Witty probably wanted to catch him with the AOG because he doesn't have Flicker, but he Rondo out. Again, I say good attempt, but I guess it's a breath of fresh air, right? Turkey playing their style, but they also wanted to get scrappy. Enables you to do these kind of things.
Dude, I love the Grok, man. And even though you're a mid laner, I know you love using the Grok too.
Yeah, I'm a mid laner, but when I get roam, Grok all the way.
Such a fun hero. Really love the revamp. Shout out to whoever came up with this idea. Lunar now having the War Axe should enable, if they're able to feed more stacks into Sigiboom with that Skypiercer, then Turkey can really control the map.
Speaking about control, Lunar takes the purple buff away with the double sword, and now commits the bravest fighter. Raging slash onto Aran. Joe doesn't see an angle.
He did his job. He got the buff. He created a lot of damage. Now Rosa as well as Apex 47 might be overextended here, considering Apex 47 does not have the tectonic charge. If it did, hey, maybe they could have gotten killed there.
But it should be fine, right? They can't really threaten him, and they're also pathing to a Sigiboom. Sigiboom stays safe. Glowing wand in hand, Apex 47 basically cutting off the important, path for transit, and actually deals with the traction pulse very well with the immunity too.
Yep. Even though Apex 47 takes a bit of damage, but it really isn't that big of a deal just yet. Team Turkey, Lunar was able to escape though.
Yeah, should be fine. But they are pretty sticky on the side of Turkey. Gonna try and save that AOG. Witty knocked up again. This time Ether appraisal's grab. He is gone. Lunar now joins the fight, forcing Hesku to reposition. Sigiboom on the Iran. He has his front line with him, but doesn't have the resource for the Death Sonata. And also worth mentioning that he did went for the Sky Piercer first item early on, and he already has 1 kill. So
yeah, but unfortunately the kill was before the Sky
right.
Piercer was there. So he doesn't have stack. Just yet, and that was
a few times. And Tank really doesn't care too much about that all expenditure because he has low cooldown.
They're still in the lead because this composition actually scales up. The Farsa as well as the Granger. When you have enough burst damage, it is no damage.
Yeah, it's very hard to chew through Tianzi's health bar if your Hesku isn't in the fight. Your Hesku is the main damage dealer. They really need to stay alive. Joe, can he navigate it?
What was that?
He has the eye of Saurus to be able to see that prediction. And now Tianzi gets to do it. They're in the middle. Kabuk goes down as well to Luna. Aran is going to get chased down, but Rosa doesn't have enough resource for now unless Apex can block Aran. Oh,
had to wait for a while, but this is how Team Turkey plays. And honestly, watching the previous play coming in from Rosa, this is why we were so upset. He does not get the Farsa. Right? It makes no sense when he's this good.
Yeah.
He does not use it.
Tales of Rosa getting a 1v1 against a Hayabusa, and look at how that was executed. 4-0 and 3 on the Farsa. Total control. And he is gone.
You can feel some vengeance there coming.
And look at Tianzi. He doesn't know Aran was there, and now he does. And they cannot do anything against him. Tianzi is taking 0 damage. Aran, not the same though. The Throne of Ruin was used. Tianzi still keeps on going to the fluid. Sigiboom with the collection.
Up as well, preventing Joe to be a part of the fight. Indonesia now being down and farm as well as killed. And now 10 minutes in, Team Turkey are dropping down the holy defense, and the Lord is still marching up top.
Almost a 7k goalie for Turkey. The last bastion of the outer line defenses fought for Indonesia. 10 kills to 5. The last holy defense will also pop. So Turkey have basically gotten the recipe to success. Traction pulse on to 2, but only Apex needs to follow up, and that's fine. Luna ready with the bravest fighter. We've seen this trick before. A land shaker can come out. Joe almost catches that in the face. So in Turkey, they can just rest, reset, and come back for the next one.
And this is something we haven't experienced for a while, just because we don't always see the Granger. But
yes,
now we're about to see the siege of a Farsa Granger, man. Like, we have not seen this for a while, but you know when you face against it, you're like, oh my god, this game feels like GG's, man.
Yeah, you cannot touch her at all. You cannot touch them at all. The double artillery.
You stay in the base and you still get hit. And Apex 47 barely took damage, even though he saw basically everyone from Indonesia that they don't even bother, hitting him.
Can I just say that Fredrin inherently is a very muscular and strong guy.
Yep.
He's wearing 3 different types of armor. He's wearing the Brute Force breastplate, the Radiant armor, the Antiquerus coming up next.
By the way, remember when I said the hero is just bad juju? If you pick it up, it doesn't work well. Ezekiel picks out the Kimi, which honestly he's not doing anything bad. It's just, somehow it's just not working out.
Yeah, because he's like the only damage dealer, right? And he has to chew through all of these, bulky front lines from Turkey. When the Fredrin is doing this, it's a cause for action. When he gets blocked, taunted, he's getting ragdoll around. Better air track committed, Witty. They really want him. Another taunt back, and he eats the appraisal's grab. The shot gets blocked by teammate. Now countering it for a run at Witty. But Sigiboom, he has Sky effort, but he meant nothing under the guns of Sigiboom. Triple kill for Granger.
This is why the argument of what is better, comfort or meta, come into real discussion, because look at this. Team Turkey, they just pick up what they know how to use, and they look amazing. The Hayabusa coming in from Joe is going to get chased down by Lunar.
He's going to eat the land shaker, and Rosa finds the collection again. Witty and Aran will back. Witty barely escapes death, and Aran will help hold the fort. Wave comes in mid, 4v5. They get the root on the Sticky Boom, the pullback, easily dodged by him as well. Kabuki is the tectonic charge. They go in for the dive, but Aran cannot stand. Sticky Boom is unstoppable. AOG from Witty to get out. Crystal under assault. Turkey tries to clear the wave.
And then hope they have enough damage. But like you said, their comp doesn't really have that much damage compared to Team Turkey, where not only can you do damage, but at a very safe distance.
Yeah, they got the best base just now, and it still did not matter. So the second Lord will go over to Turkey, and this is at worst for Turkey. They don't win the game, but they get all.
Divine Glaive. Basically, whoever Rosa sees is gonna get taken down because there's a lot of shred in the build that Rosa has. The glowing one into the wishing lantern into the divine glaive, right? So even if you leave with a slither of HP, the dot damage will do you in.
No, part of me wishes that Tianzi buys War Axe.
Same.
So the appraisals
Same,
have
same,
just like
same.
one shots.
Same.
Everyone.
Rank meta.
Rank meta.
Is like
What?
It's like when you
Hello, Lord.
oh
GPS not working well.
hey.
And it's just one straight row, by the way. So Lord not that good with direction. Oh, Apex in. Yescue was able to dodge a tectonic charge, but I'm not sure how they're going to defend this. Oh, Luna right on top of Yescue. Apex gets out. Here comes Rosa. They are in for the full commit. Lunar is alive. Witty goes back, but Turkey wants the game 5. And they get what they earn. We're going the distance.
From a best of 5 now to a best of 1. And let me just say,
Ask and you shall get, receive. Ask and you shall receive.
Di mana?